Hello and welcome to our third edition of Newsline. I'm John Fenton.
And I'm Amanda York. Thanks for tuning in.
Are you a new parent? Chances are you have some questions. Here's Brian Rangel to tell you about the program that Douglas County has set up to aid new parents.
Parenting can often seem like a daunting task for new parents. However, Douglas County's Parent University has been making a difference in helping new moms and dads since its inception in 1997.
Parent University is a course book of classes for parents on parenting, and it's the goal is to reach as many parents as we can in Douglas County, although it's not limited to parents in Douglas County.
The curriculum includes classes for parents with children of all ages, from tots to teenagers, allowing parents to choose from a variety of subjects to learn what they need to succeed.
The most basic thing that I think we learned that we didn't know how to do was just even bathing them and feeding them, because we had no experience with kids, and that was kind of our biggest fear, like what do we do when we get home with them, how much do we feed them, and it just gave us confidence as parents.
Early childhood isn't the only age group that's touched on in the classes. There's an entire section on teenagers, giving parents good advice for the most crucial time in their children's lives as they grow into adulthood.
We have a kindergartner in Douglas County Schools, so this is all new to us, but it seems exciting to me because it seems like there's going to be help for us all the way through the whole process.
And their favorite part of the class?
Empowering our kids to make correct choices through making mistakes.
As Parent University nears its 10th year, parents are very grateful for the help they received during this life-changing event.
Motherhood is definitely the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I wasn't so sure if it was going to be, just because it's a scary, life-changing thing, and it's been one of the hardest things I've ever done, but it's also the best. Like, I could never replace putting them to bed and having them say night-night for the first time.
This has been Brian Rangel with Amanda York and John Fenton for Newsline.
Parent University classes are offered year-round and open to any parents who are interested.
Every year, students in Douglas County participate in standardized testing. How are teachers and students preparing themselves for these crucial tests? Here's Brad Stutzman and Colin Prusey to tell you more.
Across the district, students in grades 3 through 10 will be taking the Colorado Student Assessment Program. This test, more commonly known as the CSAP, tests students' basic knowledge. These scores, along with the 11th grade ACT scores, directly contribute to their school's ranking in the district's accountability report. This is a tool used to measure Douglas County's quality of education. Students are tested in reading, writing, and math in grades 3 through 10, and science is tested in grades 5, 8, and 10.
They measure progress by demonstrated proficiencies over the standards. So what ends up happening is when the questions are asked on the CSAP, the student must demonstrate a level of proficiency on those questions in order to say that yes, they get the Colorado standards, or no, they don't.
Douglas County is a consistent high performer on not only the CSAP, but also on the ACT. This is a direct result of its dedicated student body and talented teaching staff.
It's like in basketball, every player, like some people are different heights, some people have different strengths and stuff, but when they all come together, they have to play on the same field. They have to play on the same court, and there's a standard. Like the basketball hoop is so high, and everyone has to meet that same standard. And I think that in education, we should be setting the same kind of competitive levels.
Teachers are required to teach what they feel is most important to their students without knowing exactly what will be included on the CSAP.
I try not to prepare them for the actual test itself. I try to teach them key skills they need to know and hope that the test takes care of itself. A lot of preparation depends on what test it's for. So like for an AP test, we'll definitely practice the test, and those students seem to be a little bit more invested in practicing tests, whereas maybe for the ACT, not so much. So, but I think if you're doing your job and teaching them good stuff, then you don't really have to worry about tests so much.
I think that the ACT has helped me to learn how to study, because I did some hardcore studying for the ACT. I got a big book, and it helped me learn how to read in depth for long periods of time, and to learn how to work my knowledge in not the kind of free-flowing way that the education has taught us, but it's also to go into, like, I guess, playing by someone else's rules. For, like, college, you're going to have to learn to adapt to different people, like different professors.
The CSAP and the ACT measure student progress, as well as keeping the school district accountable for the education that they provide. This has been Brad Stutzman and Colin Prusi for Newsline.
Standardized testing continues to be an important and decisive factor in students' futures.
Every day, millions of people participate in a popular form of exercise, running. Recently, Rock Canyon High School hosted a 5K run known as the Rock Slide. Here's Grant Wells with the story.
It's windy, early in the morning, and cold outside thanks to Colorado weather. People wait in line and gather together at Rock Canyon High School for something special, bringing family and friends. Everybody's looking forward to the pancakes being made, but they can't have them yet. First, the Rock Slide run.
It's open to everybody. The 1 mile fun run's kind of for the little elementary school kids, with the 5K open for anybody from, age of 5 up to 85, whoever wants to run it. The run is for our feeder area. The way I understand it, each school, they get money back and they use it for many different, it's a fundraiser for each school as well.
If you participate, however, be ready to run a lot and cover a lot of ground.
The 5K course starts here in the student parking lot. It heads out to MacArthur Ranch Road, and then it runs into the neighborhood over here, which I think is called the Hearth. And it does a loop through the neighborhood, comes back out onto MacArthur Ranch, up Monarch, around Rocky Heights Middle School, and it ends on the track. And it's 5K, 3.1 miles. And then the smaller kids run the 1 mile fun run, which basically just stays here on the campus. It starts in the same place, and then it runs through the sidewalk up here by the softball field around Rocky Heights and finishes on the track.
It was pretty hilly. There was, like I said, there was a lot of wind, and so when you're running against the wind, you slow down a lot, so you kind of have to pick up the pace, and that was a little difficult, but it was it was a good course.
Of course, being that RCHS is surrounded by popular roads, precautions were taken to make sure everybody could experience a safe yet challenging run.
One of the main things with the 5K was trying to stay away from traffic. We do have this major intersection down here, so I was just trying to find a way to have it start and finish on campus, and then try to find some residential streets to run on. And fortunately, because it wasn't further than a 5K, it fits into this neighborhood over here real nice.
Not only is the run safe and fun, it's quickly becoming a tradition, growing in the number of participants over the past few years.
Last year, I think there were about 800 kids and adults who ran in both the 5K and the 1 mile. And from what I hear now, the latest number is something like maybe 1,400 people running in it this year. So it has some tradition behind it after, I'm not sure how many years now. I think it's 3 or 4 years it's been going on.
Run to win or run with your family and friends. Either way, just come out and participate. It's great for the kids and even better for the schools.
I think it was just a fun run, so you just come out here and run with your family and stuff. But, I mean, if you wanted to, you could go fast and try to win it, and that's what I did. Yeah, I'll do it again next year, definitely.
This has been Grant Wells and Kevin Allen with Newsline.
Hopefully we'll see events like this taking place in Douglas County in the future.
That's all the news we have for you this time on Newsline. I'm Amanda Yorick.
And I'm John Fenton. Thanks for tuning in.